there was a man from the children of Israel who worshipped Allah, who devoted himself to worship for 40 years. After 40 years of worship, he noticed that there was no progress. Right? You know, sometimes we have to be honest with ourselves. Some of us have been listening to majalis for decades, and we're the same people. You know, Amir al-Mu'mineen says, if today is worse than yesterday, you're mal'oon. There are some of us where we're worse today than we were 20 years ago. This man from Bani Israel, Imam al-Ridha, says after worshiping Allah for 40 years, he had an epiphany. He said, what am I doing? 40 years of ibadah, I don't feel anything. And then he started to blame himself. He says, it's all of my fault because I didn't tame my soul enough. He had a moment of self-criticism. We are all experts at criticizing other people. You know, if they gave out PhDs for criticizing, many of us would be recipients of PhDs when it comes to criticizing others. This man criticized his own nafs. You know what the Imam says? At that moment, Allah inspired his heart. Awhallahu ilayh. And nadhamma nafsak. That this moment where you blamed yourself, you took responsibility for your lack of progress, this moment of self-criticism, of self-awareness is better than the 40 years of ibadah. Sometimes you have to look in the mirror. Sometimes you have to ask yourself, how far have I come? I've listened to all of these majalis, I've been reciting all of these du'as. Is there a change? We're doing all of the mustahabbat, but the priority should be that we need to stop doing haram. You can recite Dua Joshin al-Kabir every day, but if your income is unlawful, believe me, you're not going to get anywhere. We're so focused on the mustahab that we forget priority number one should be refraining from the muharramat. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. The hadith Qudsi says, Aneenul mudhnibin. Allah says, Aneenul mudhnibin ahabbu ilayya min tasbih al-musabbihin. That the sobbing of the sinner who's in a state of remorse and regret is more beloved to me than the tasbih of the one who glorifies him. Allah wants people who are humble, because maybe the one who's doing tasbih is maghrur. He thinks highly of himself. He has ujb. Allah loves the humble. He loves those who have humility. He loves those who are self-aware, who are so fixated on bettering themselves that they don't have time to criticize others.